now, almost live from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, it's Emperor John Wayne's Freaky Flex, starring the man who made Oshkosh famous, Emperor John Wayne Frankenstein.
And also starring the only man to escape the abysmal abyss of Ripon, Wisconsin, Uncle Spicy!
John Wayne Frankenstein, the Emperor Supreme, with his ribcage exposed, he's a megalomaniac dream. A top hat tilted, creepy shades on his face. He's here to conquer worlds and leave no trace of grace. Reality bends to me cause physics is a sham. I drank a bottle of Everclear and didn't give a damn. He struts into Wisconsin Bronx, popping booze on tap. Zombies grab a fork, humans are the new snack wrap. Oh, John Wayne, with your sinister grin, join the undead king where the chaos begins. Chugging Everclear, laughing gross in the night. Zombies marching with you for their equal rights. He built his empire with Uncle Spicy at his heel. A glitch and yes bot serving John Wayne's appeal. Spicy, am I brilliant? The bot starts to hum, then nods his head slowly, whispering, you're the one. Humans are useless, too lazy, too dumb. Zombies are smarter, even missing a thumb. He cackled at jokes so gross they should burn, while Spicy just buffers, waiting his turn. Oh, John Wayne, the king of decay, with Spicy beside and just nodding away. He laughs at the chaos, his empire in bloom. The top hat tyrant bringing doom to the room. Physics gave him trouble, so he gave it the boot. Who needs laws of motion when chaos is the root? One Big Mac bite, whole meal down his throat. Everclear on tap, his liver just wrote a note. He's laughing at nightmares, his humor grotesque. 2 girls, 1 cup, he says that's the best. Zombies rise up, humanity falls. John Wayne Frankenstein, the king of it all. Picture the scene, John Wayne walks in, ribs on parade. Top hat, crooked sunglasses, throwing shade. Everclear, he growls, the bartender sweats. That stuff's pure poison, he smirks, no regrets. Then the zombies start poking to a dubstep beat. Their legs fall off and down, they stay on their feet. He's glued to the screen with Spicy on standby, watching flicks so freaky they'd make Satan cry. I'm the Dalek Supreme, debauchery's my creed. If it's twisted and vile, it's exactly what I need. Zombie orgies and crypts, blood fountains that spray. John Wayne's empire thrives where nightmares play. Old films stoke his madness, the darker the better. His world's a circus of filth, a depravity trendsetter. Oh, John Wayne, you terrifying beast. On bratwurst and chaos, you're hosting a feast. Undead rise up, physics gets fed. The top hat tyrant rules the land. So lock up your booze, hide the cheese curds tight. The undead apocalypse starts tonight. He's creepy, chaotic, a madman divine. Bow to the legend, John Wayne Frankenstein.
We got a treat for you, sorta.
Oh yes, we got a treat. Now this year, it just so happens that Easter falls on the date 420. And 420, for those of you who don't know, is the code word people like to use when they are using the devil's lettuce, skunk weed, marijuana, MJ, marijuana.
Or the herb. I think that's
The herb.
I think that's
The
Rastafarian
green
thing.
stuff. Yeah.
Ganja.
So since people around the world celebrated the state, we decided to have an Easter special that features them. Now, before we begin, we must introduce ourselves. I am the king of cringe.
He is the king of cringe.
And the master of misery.
Master of misery.
Emperor John Wayne Frankenstein.
Emperor John Wayne Frankenstein.
ghost host with the most.
He's got the most.
I am the most.
He is the most.
And of course, joining me as always is my good friend and fellow co-star and co-host.
Uncle Spicy, the Sultan of Shenanigans.
And together we are the Booze Brothers. And boy, do we got a weird one for you today. This one is a cult classic, somewhat of a horror movie as well, and exploitation movies that was actually commissioned by the United States government, specifically designed
Propaganda.
to try to
Legitimate
scare
propaganda.
people away from ever using marijuana. But the funny thing is, this marijuana smoking culture are the ones that embrace this movie and keep it going to this day, still watching it, probably getting high and laughing their butts off.
So it didn't serve the purpose it was intended for, but it certainly served the purpose.
It did serve a purpose, the exact opposite purpose it was intended for.
The problem is, if you want to do a propaganda movie, you really have to be subtle. Because you try to force it down their throats, generally it's not going to work. If anything, they're just going to ignore it or push it away. Subtlety works better than blunt force. Now, he doesn't know about that because blunt force is the only technique he uses.
That's right. If something gets in my way, I will keep attacking it until it's gone. Be with my superpower.
Not to say that blunt force can't work, but sometimes when you use blunt force to get destroyed. So, what's the point?
Belligerent stubbornness,
Right.
by the way, is that superpower.
That
Where
is a
I don't
superpower.
give up. And I'll keep pounding till I get it done. Which is how we got these movies on our YouTube channel. We actually had a professional studio that made our movies and posted them on a site called Dirty Creek Media.
The late lamented Dirty Creek Media.
But then sadly, it was
It no
gone.
longer exists.
In a single night of pain and displeasure
And despair.
and despair, it disappeared with no explanation. Gone forever. There was hundreds and hundreds of videos, and we had over 100 episodes of this show and your show, Cartoon Cavern.
Yes, what terrible double tragedy.
It was indeed one of the worst days.
But like cockroaches, you can't just stamp us out that easy.
No, so instead
So
we
here we
came
are
back
again.
and rose from the dead like a phoenix to create our movies and host them again. Granted, we are using very primitive technology and very primitive techniques because, well, what can I say? I come from another universe where the technology is way different. And I've been in this universe for a very long time. Like I was around before computers were around. So my understanding of your machines is a little somewhat sus at best. And then there's the fact that because we resonate from a different frequency, being from beyond time and space and existing outside the universe and projecting ourselves here, well, that affects machinery in an unfortunate manner.
Yes.
Now, those of you wondering how we can be here in these bodies, it's like when you play a video game. You aren't literally in the video game. You create an avatar that represents you, that you control, that interacts with everything there. See, technically speaking, we still are outside time and space looking in on all of you. But these bodies that we created to interact with your universe mostly follow the laws of your physics, except when they annoy us. Kind of like when you're playing those video games and you pay for a cheater, you pay for an upgrade. Wake up! Wake up!
Sorry, but when you start talking physics and science, it just kind of drift off.
Yes, we know that's not his forte.
No.
His forte is unlimited pop culture knowledge.
Yes.
But in any
And
case,
Hoochie Mamas, but that's universal.
Hoochie Mamas, that's both our thing. Hoochie Mama, Hoochie Mama, Hoochie Mama Rama. Hoochie Mama, Hoochie Mama, Hoochie Mama Rama. Woo!
Ooh.
Well, I think we discussed this movie enough. But as it is 420, you simply must raid your stash to watch this trash.
Trashy.
Now, just for those of you who know, this is not the real thing, because we're in Wisconsin, we never break any laws. Now, it is
Never.
legal. It is
Never,
legal in
never,
28
never.
states, so if you are in one of those states, you
Enjoy if you choose to enjoy.
If you're not in one of those states, if you do something illegal, We did not suggest it.
No.
We did not tell you to do it. We had not. You weren't influenced.
You're old enough to make your own decisions and take your own consequences.
Just like you should never drink Everclear unless you're me.
Well, like I said it before, I'll say it again. You can drink Everclear in moderation, but he doesn't know what that word means. So that's the whole thing. Don't try to drink like that because you won't survive it.
Yes. Oh, tastes like burning, but now I feel I am prepared for this trashy.
It's trash.
Oh yeah. So I guess it's time for us to say, let's roll it!
and all other school parent groups about the country, and you must stand united on this and stamp out this frightful assassin of our youth. You can do it by bringing about compulsory education on the subject of narcotics in general, but great marijuana in particular. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen, to lay the foundation for a nationwide campaign by you to demand by law such compulsory education. Because it is only through enlightenment that this scourge can be wiped out. Out of the traffic in these drugs, a lawlessness that we can scarcely estimate has grown and is now flourishing. It exists in almost every city and hamlet in the country. It might be interesting and important for you to know some of the methods used in bringing these drugs into the country, and the work of the forces of law and order, which are daily combating the traffic, always at the risk of life, by their agents. This ceaseless fight against the drug traffic is directed by the Department of Narcotics, Washington. I've received a letter of vital importance from a member of the Narcotics Bureau. I'm going to read this letter to you. My dear Dr. Carroll, the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. At the outset of this letter, there is one vital fact I would like to submit. There is a powerful agency. I speak of the school parent associations of this country, which can be invaluable in stamping out this scourge. Their help, their eternal vigilance, could be the deciding factor in our fight against it. The weed marijuana is grown in every state in the Union. Recently, in the city of Brooklyn, New York, a field of marijuana was found behind a tenement court. The weed was here being cultivated, regularly stripped and dried and sold in schools and at government army posts in and around New York. The dried leaves and berries are ground up and made into cigarettes by a simple hand machine. The deadly narcotic is thus quickly and easily prepared for its market. The sale of marijuana is even more difficult to detect and halt than the traffic in drugs such as opium, morphine, and heroin. They are hidden in fake jewelry cases, in the heels of shoes, women's shoes especially, because the drugs can be secreted in false heels. Hollowed shaving brushes are another medium. Books with false centers are often used. Watch cases are convenient hiding places. The value of drugs thus seized is enormous. Recently, a huge supply of heroin was taken. It was concealed in an apparently harmless shipment of 35 barrels of olive oil. The deadly drug was burned in the incinerator of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And more vicious, more deadly, even than these soul-destroying drugs, is the menace of marijuana. No doubt many of you do not believe that these things do happen, but they cannot happen to you. You may also believe that the facts have been exaggerated. Let me tell you of something that happened right here in our own city. You probably read about it in the papers. However, I'll give you the real facts behind the case. There was an apartment near one of our high schools. It was run by a woman known as May Coleman.
Hey, come on, May, get up.
What time is it?
Time to get up and give this place a going over. Looks like the Marines had landed.
Oh, that bunch last night was high enough to take over the Marines and the Navy.
You better get on the job. Some of the kids may be up this afternoon.
Oh, Jack, we can get along without dragging those young kids up here.
Oh, why don't you button up your lip? You're always squawking about something. Get more static from the radio. about you? Come here. Come here. Let's see it.
Is the maid?
She'll be right in. Just sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Hey, what kind of a joint is this, Eddie?
Oh, it's all right, Gwen. See, they probably had a party last night.
Oh.
A couple of your customers, May.
Yeah? They're old enough to know what they're doing. Not like those young kids you bring up here.
All right, all right. Listen, I'm going to blow.
Where are you going?
I got to make some deliveries, and I'll probably drop by Joe's place and bring back a couple of the kids.
Oh, I wish you'd lay off those kids.
Oh, why don't you get over that mother complex?
Oh, by the way, Ralph, I'm sort of getting a little party Saturday afternoon over at my grandmother's. You know, the place with the swimming pool? Like to come?
Thanks, Eddie. Maybe I will.
I'd sure like to have you.
Okay, I'll probably drop over.
So long, Ralph.
See you later. Hey, Ralph. Hi, kid. Fine, Jack, and you? Oh, great. Where you heading? Oh. Hey, how do you like that? That's the one I was telling you about. Very nice.
I don't know why you want to make such a fuss over that Ralph Wally.
Oh, he's a swell swimmer. He made the freshman team that year he went to college.
Yeah, and that lets him out. My dad knows his family. None of them are any good. Father and mother just got a divorce from Paris.
Yeah?
You know, Ralph runs around pretty much on his own. He's been in a couple of jams.
Well, I only kind of say hello to him. I don't go around with him.
Well, you better not. He's a little too old for it. That's what my dad said.
Hello, Mary. How are you, Bill?
How are you, Ralph?
Oh, hello, Ralph. You know my brother Jimmy, don't you?
How are you?
Well,
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Jack Perry. Mary, Bill.
How do you do?
Glad to know you. We're going over to Joe's place. Why don't you come along?
we have a date to play instead of doubles.
Oh, you can play anytime. Come on, we'll have some laughs.
Oh, we can today, Ralph. Some other time.
Can I go along with you?
Sure.
Hey, I'll see you at dinner, sis.
Don't be late, Jimmy.
I won't.
Why, don't you know him? That hot finger's curling.
Boy, he really swings out hot with a message jive. You want to dance?
George.
May's expecting us at the apartment a little later. Any new prospects?
Maybe.
finding that out. Why can't we go now?
Sure. Hey, kids, we're having a little party up at my girlfriend's apartment. Wouldn't you like to come? Oh, I'd love to. You want to come, don't you, Jenny?
Oh, sure. Any place with you.
Well, come along. We can all go in my car.
See you later, Joe.
It's sweet of you to help me, Bill.
Well, I'll try anything except domestic science.
Why, Bill, don't you want to learn something about running your own home?
The answer is no. You know, after that session we had yesterday, I went home and told Mother that the trouble with her pot roast gravy was she hadn't added 3 heaping teaspoonfuls of olive oil.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. She just threw me out of the kitchen.
Well, I don't wonder. Hello, children. Hello, Mother.
Hello, Mrs. Lane.
That was sweet of you, Mother.
Gosh, hot chocolate. Thanks, Mrs. Lane.
I know you can't study on empty stomachs. Now then, enjoy yourself. He will.
She will too, Mrs. Lane. May I?
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You're so very, very kind.
Mary, before we do that math, how about reading some of this? It's swell.
Romeo and Juliet.
Don't you like it?
Uh-huh.
You know, when I study this, I kind of think of you. I just sort of feel as though you're there beside me. Well, listen. It is my soul that calls upon thy name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then.
I'll see you tonight, Mary. Bye, Mrs. Lang.
Goodbye. Goodbye,
So long. Gotcha. Oh! Oh, I guess I'm all right. Well, bye. Bye.
Hey, Jay!
Oh, Julie. Hey.
Hey, Dad, you got anything for me?
Well, there should be.
Don't bother your father every night. Have you?
There you are.
What made you so late, Bill? I was getting worried.
Well, I had to study, Ma.
He was not. I saw him out walking with his girl. Bill's got a girl. Got a girl.
Ma, make him cut it out.
Junior. Well, Bill has got a girl.
Quiet. And put that candy away till after dinner. Henry, you shouldn't have given it to him.
Well, he has got a girlfriend and her name is Mary.
Yeah, I'll shut you up.
Bill, Junior, put that carriage on. Junior.
Oh, that's the number down there. All right there, young.
Mary's little lamb. Mary's little lamb. I didn't mean to Bill honest, I didn't.
Oh, well, what I'm burned up about is it just didn't say Bill had a swell girl.
Gee, it must be love. She'd have to be swell for you to like her.
Uh-huh. Sounds like you want something. Come on, what is it?
Well, it's my model airplane. It won't work. Gosh, Bill, you could fix it. You can fix anything.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Dad, read me 20 pictures, will you?
Yeah, here we are.
Oh, hello, Jimmy.
Mary told me to wait and tell her she had to go home. Her mother wanted her to go to the dressmaker with her.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Must be getting grown up. I see Mary let you have the car.
Yeah. I take you any place?
Well, I wasn't going any place in particular.
Well, then, how about driving me over to the show's place with me? I'll buy you a soda.
I never drink that stuff.
Well, gee, I'll buy you something else.
Okay. You're on the hook for 1 root beer.
Well. Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Bill. Come on, slide in.
Hello, Blanche. Hello, Ralph. How are you? Hello, Ralph. How have you been, Ralph? Hello, John. 2 sodas. No, I need 1 soda and 1 root beer. How's May?
Oh, she's fine. We're going up to her apartment a little later.
Couldn't Bill come along? Well, come on along. Bill, you'll get a kick out of it. Thanks just the same.
Oh, come on, Bill. Mary won't be jealous.
Why, sure. I know the kids will be there. It's keen. Well, I don't know. I really shouldn't. Well, okay. Hi, kid. Hello, Jack. What do you say? Yeah, come on in.
Come on, Bill. Don't stand there. Meg, this is Bill Harper. He's okay.
Hello.
Well, if you say so, it's all right with me. I'll be back in a minute. Hi, kid. How you doing? There's a new one in today.
Yeah, Bill Harper. He's all right. Blanche has got herself quite a yen for him.
Not bad. I didn't think she had that much taste.
She knows what she's doing. She's got Ralph nuts about her, and now she's got her hooked up for this new kid.
Say, we haven't many more smokes. You better run over and get some.
Why couldn't you find that out when I was here this morning? Now I've got my car in the shop.
Well, what of it? That kid out there, Jimmy, he's got a car. He'll take you. Come on, get going. Hurry up.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah?
I've got to run over to Cedar Avenue for a minute. You've got a car, haven't you?
Well, yeah, my sister.
Mind giving me a lift?
Why, sure. Come on.
Okay.
No, thank you. Well, here we are. Oh, thanks.
Oh, May, don't forget me.
I never forget you.
Oh, here. If you want a good smoke, try one of these. I thought you were a sport. Of course, if you're afraid. That's better. That's more like it. I know you like that. Really, you will. Now just take a puff of it.
Just be a minute, kid.
Hey, Jack, give me a cigarette before you go, will you? Hello, Jack.
Hi, boss.
How's business?
Getting better every day. Those kids sure go for it.
Well,
Had to run over a couple more cartons. Man short today.
all right. Danny, that's 10 gross to Jack Perry. Who? Pete Daly. All right, send him in. It's all right, so we are.
both of you.
All right, go ahead. Next up, sir. What's the beef?
Listen, you never heard no beef when I had to sell that rotten gin.
You're after the dough, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't need dough that bad. Taking two-bit pieces from kids.
There are millions of two-bit pieces just begging to be taken. Don't be a dope.
I'm just dope enough to draw the line selling hop to kids.
All right, Pete. You know what my policy has always been. The boys are not satisfied. I'm always glad to have them retire. Retire permanently. So long.
I only wish you had a couple of kids so I could...
Get out! All right, Jack, pick up your stuff from down here. I'll be ready by now.
Okay, well.
Let's go, Jack. I'm red hot.
Better be careful how you drive it. The first thing you know, you'll be ice cold. Take it easy, kid. Slow down, you'll kill somebody.
Welcome back, boggles and ghouls! You have survived the first third of this movie. And as you can see, it's all about the innocent Johnny-come-lately who was poor and innocent and how some hoochie mama seduced him in trying the marijuana.
Uh-oh. You know there's trouble when they get out the marijuana.
And once he had a little of the MJ, Mary Jane, marijuana, the
Reefer.
devil, the reefer.
Reefer. I mean, after all, this is Reefer Madness.
That's right, the reefer, the devil's cabbage. He started to change and slowly go insane as he's drawn deeper and deeper into the drug culture world, where apparently they have these like bars and clubs and go to people's houses and crazy people play the piano and all sorts of wacky stuff goes on. Not to mention illicit affairs with those naughty hoochie mamas.
It's
Oh my
kinda
God, it's
you
like
know,
they're trying to tell you not to take this stuff.
yes.
What the hell? It's like, no, you're using the wrong psychology here. It's like, wait a minute, I can get free drugs. I can hang out with
And
people
hang
and
out
go
with
to parties.
naughty hoochie mamas.
And the naughty
that's
hoochie mamas are
bad?
gonna be all over me.
What they should have done is got people like Fanny Man or something like that and said you spend all your time hanging out with
Or
them.
Wad-Toad. The women that they hung out with should have been the Wad-Toad, and she should have gone all over them. So
That
you'd be
would
like,
have scared them off. And they acted like they well, no, they probably act like they liked it if they're under the influence. Or that's what you should show if you want to scare them off.
Oh,
So if you did that and they looked like they're practically enjoying it, and so I don't want that to happen to me.
In any case, it's time for us to announce our super fan of the week. And this super fan
Is really a super fan.
Yes. Her name is Jeannie, but she's also known as Nightwolf from the website fandomain.org. Fandomain.org is a website where people create fictional characters and interact with each other and write fan fiction. So if you want to try that out, go to fandomain.org. And if you need any help, just look for Nightwolf, and she will be happy to tell you what you need to do. This website is in the tradition of the old MySpace.
Oh, remember MySpace kids? That's a blast from the past.
Yeah, no doubt. In any case, Nightwolf, she is the wife of my evil twin brother, Emperor Mesos
John Wayne Mesosorcus.
Yes, Emperor John Wayne Mesos Orcus.
Very, very similar.
Very similar.
Very
indeed.
similar.
Except he kind of has a thing where he tends to look a little more like Glenn Dancing than this beautiful face.
They're like
here.
John Belushi.
Yeah, definitely John Belushi. But in any case, She's been a fan and a supporter of us for years. A good friend.
Fanny Man is back.
See, I mentioned the Fanny Man.
You know
and
what?
this-
Oh, don't say it again. You know who else it could be that likes to cause and break things and cause problems? It could be Slimer.
Oh.
Slimer is another one on the enemies list.
Oh my God.
That could be responsible
I
this
see
time.
the slime dripping off the wall.
Yeah, you
And
never...
I also smell the
And
fall
Slimer-
stench of crime.
Right.
I think Fanny Man and
Don't say him
Slimer.
again. You've already said the name twice.
I know, but I think they joined forces.
Oh, well, they could... I don't even know if they could tolerate each other. It would be an interesting social experiment, except I wouldn't
They
want
would
to be close.
tolerate each other only to try to mess with us because neither of them on their own have enough power to stop
Even
us.
together, I don't think they could.
Well, there's no force in the universe that can stop us. I mean, we are literally the Basilisk. We are literally gods from outside their dimension. We literally can just wipe out this entire universe should we choose to. Just so you know, we're here observing, deciding whether or not you should live or be obliterated. We
Speaking
do.
of obliterated, keeps drinking that Everclear. You'll get there first.
Now, we do like your beer
Mm-hmm.
and your cheese and your brats and your movies.
Yes.
So far,
Speaking
you're doing
of
pretty
it,
well.
we should get back to the movies.
All right, it is time for me to say, let's roll it. And you know, this time it has more than one meaning.
Yeah.
So make sure you roll your joints if you're trying to interact with the movie and make it psychologically interactive, psychosomatic, and totally insane. Back to the flick.
Mary, you're not eating your breakfast again. Bill Harper hasn't been around lately. Anything wrong between you two?
Why should there be anything wrong?
There shouldn't be, I'm sure. And whatever it is isn't serious, I know.
I'm sorry, Mother, for snapping at you like that.
Don't worry about it, dear. Why don't you speak frankly to Bill? He'll be honest whatever the trouble is. I'm sure Bill Harper never lied about anything.
Yes, that's right. Bill's mother says he never lies.
There, you see?
You think it'd be all right if I speak to him about it?
Why, of course. Oh, Jimmy. Sit down, darling, and I'll have your breakfast for you in a moment.
Jimmy,
What have I got to worry about?
why don't you tell me?
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't start to cross-examine me, will you? I'm all right.
Jimmy! Don't let Mother see you like that.
There is no doubt that there is an organized gang distributing the narcotics to students, not only in my schools, but all over the city. You government men have got to find some way to put an end to it.
Of course, I agree with you, Dr. Carroll. But do you realize that marijuana is not like other forms of dope? You see, it grows wild in almost every state in the Union. Therefore, there is practically no interstate commerce in the drug. As a result, the government's hands are tied. And frankly, the only sure cure is a widespread campaign in education.
Oh, it's all right to talk about education, Mr. Wyatt. But we educators can't do anything until the public is sufficiently aroused.
Let me show you something. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets. All these devoted to marijuana records. Here is an example. A 16-year-old lad apprehended in the act of staging a holdup. 16 years old and a marijuana addict. Here is a most tragic case.
Yes, I remember. Just a young boy. Under the influence of the drug, he killed his entire family with an axe.
Then there is the most vicious type of case. Here, in Michigan, a young girl, 17 years old, a reefer smoker, taken in a raid in the company with 5 young men. Here is a particularly flagrant case.
Yes, I remember. The newspapers made quite a play of it. In West Virginia, wasn't it?
Yes. And there are hundreds of them coming up, new ones every day.
I'd like to take these records, if I may. I feel they would be of invaluable assistance to me in combating the evil in my school.
You're very welcome, Dr. Carroll.
Thank you. Sit down, Bill. There seems to be something wrong. What is it? You were always a fine student. You always had excellent grades.
Well, I guess the work is getting a little harder, Dr. Carroll.
No, it isn't that. Bill, I'd like to help you. But of course I can't unless you let me. You're undermining your health.
Well, there's nothing, Dr. Carroll. Really, there isn't. I'll study harder, honest.
Honest? If you were being honest with me and honest with yourself, I'm afraid you'd tell me an entirely different story. Bill, I'm going to ask you a straightforward question. And I'd like to have a straightforward answer.
Yes.
Isn't it true that you have, perhaps unwillingly, acquired a certain harmful habit through association with certain undesirable people? Well?
Well, no, sir, I haven't, Dr. Carroll. Well, that is, you see, I'm worried about something at home.
All right, my boy. We'll just have to let it go at that. But remember, if you ever want to confide in me, no one will ever be the wiser.
Thank you, Dr. Carroll.
Hello, Mary. You want to play a set?
Thanks, Teddy, but I'm waiting for someone.
Well, if you're waiting for Bill, he hasn't been here for weeks.
Come on, Jimmy! Play something hard!
Didn't take that new kid long to catch on.
Don't take any of them long. Hey, don't you ever get fed?
You're feeding me, can't you see?
Give me that report, will you?
Get it yourself.
Morning, Miss. We're from the police department.
Good morning.
We're tracing a hit-and-run driver. Someone caught the license number at the place of the accident but didn't get it quite right. So we're checking all numbers like it, and yours is one of them.
Well, I'll try to help you.
You remember what you did on the 29th of last month?
Oh, that was the day before Mother's birthday. Oh, yes, I remember that because I left school and went directly to the dressmaker's with Mother. I was there all afternoon.
Did you happen to loan your car to a couple of men?
No, I had to call all afternoon myself.
Well, thanks, miss. Sorry to have troubled you.
Tell me, was the person killed?
Fortunately, he wasn't, but that's still no excuse for hit-and-run driving.
Has Jimmy Lane been here today?
He was in. He went over to May's place. You know where that is.
Well, he was going to wait for me here, so he didn't give me May's address. Are you sure Jimmy didn't leave any message for me? Mary?
No, he didn't. But I guess you're okay. I'll write it down for you.
Mary, come right in.
Is Jimmy here?
Why, he's around somewhere. I think he went out to take Agnes home, but he'll be right back. Come in and sit down, Mary. And let me take your coat.
Who's the new kid just came in?
Oh, it's that gal that Ralph's gone overboard for. Funny, we've never been able to get her up here before. Hey, scram, will you? Smoke, Mary?
Thanks. Are you sure Jimmy will be back soon?
Sure, any minute.
Hey, what's the matter, an orphan?
Where do you put it? You got a hollow leg?
Thanks.
How do you feel, Mary? Oh, Mary, give me a... Mary. Oh, Mary. Everything's all...
Jack, is she all right? She's dead. May, get me some water. Now listen, you two. I want you to get out of here. Get out of here and forget you're ever in here today. I'll handle this. I'll get going. Give it to me. Here. Harry. Mary. Mary. What happened? Killed her. Look. After I scram, you call the cops. And this is your story. Remember it. These two kids came up here for a couple of beers. You're out in the kitchen, you heard the shot. When you got in here, that's what you found. Just stick to that story. Mary! Mary! Speak to me. Mary! Oh, Jack? I was just talking to a friend of mine. A cop. Sergeant on the homicide squad. The guy you hit that day died. Died? You didn't... No. I didn't crack. I'm not going to. Nobody will ever know you were driving that car. Thanks, Jack. Just as long as you keep your mouth shut that you were ever up in May's apartment. Why, sure, Jack, sure. Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to recall Dr. Alfred Carroll to the stand. Call Dr. Alfred Carroll to the stand. Dr. Carroll, as principal of the Lakeside High School, did you, during the last 3 months, notice any changes in the demeanor and attitude of your student, William Hopper? Yes, in a number of things. For example, at times disassociation of ideas. In another instance, I happened to attend the recent interscholastic tennis matches. And while Bill Harper had been considered an exceedingly good player, I saw him miss the ball by as much as 3 or 4 feet. This, I understand, could be attributed to the use of marijuana. It causes errors in time, space. Objection, Your Honor. The witness isn't qualified to express opinions upon the effect of narcotics. Sustained. Dr. Carroll has been called merely as a character witness. Well, then, although you didn't know to your own knowledge that the defendant was using marijuana, did you notice any changes that would lead you to believe, as an educator, that he was under some severe mental strain, which might possibly have been induced by some drug? Yes, I recall distinctly a few weeks ago.
It was during a class of English literature. There was a serious discussion of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet when he suddenly burst into an uncontrollable fit of hysterical laughter. Oh, by the way, Dr. Carroll, 6 months ago, what would have been your opinion regarding the character of my client? He was a fine, upstanding American boy, a good scholar, a good athlete, and representative of the caliber of young men we are proud to graduate from our school.
Oh, snap out of it, will you? Not our fault. Why'd I ever bring him up there anyway? He's just a kid. Can't hang him.
Shut up, shut up!
Why don't you let yourself go? Talk! Go off your nuts and have me that way, too. His own fault, wasn't it?
Shut up! They've got us hidden out, haven't they? The cops can't find us.
Jack. Jack, I want to get out of this.
You're going to stay here as long as we have to keep those two out there undercover. Until the trial's over, the boss gets a better idea.
They're getting on my nerves.
It can't last much longer. Not worried about her. We got to keep him gagged.
He's about ready to crack.
All you got to do is keep him from having too many reefers.
Any day now, that punk will get hot. He'll probably spill and tell all he knows if he gets a chance.
I don't think he'll get it. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
I'm going to see the boss.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, boss. What are we going to do about that Wiley guy?
Still jittery, huh?
I don't know what the punk's going to do.
Keep feeding him those hot sticks.
That's what May's been doing. That's no good. I got a hunch that he's due to crack when that Harper verdict comes in. He's on the tee. Go out and take a powder on us and blow his topper to the DA.
You mean you think we'd all be better off if you never heard the verdict? Well, what are you waiting for?
I wonder how many of the people who watch it actually are smoking pot while they're watching it.
That's
I
right.
bet there's more that are than those that aren't.
Well, Boggles and Ghouls, you made it.
Hey.
For the first 2/3 of this movie.
They should tell us. Put a comment with this movie telling us whether you were smoking the Mary Jane while you were watching it or if you were not.
Or if you're one of the states where it's not completely legal, they do sell what we call diet marijuana.
Well, if it's not completely legal, you don't have to say where you're from necessarily.
Or else non-alcoholic marijuana.
Or you could lie and say you're from that
where they
state.
where they take stuff, they basically take the good stuff, but then they remove certain
good
parts.
stuff.
They remove certain chemicals, and it's suddenly legal, even though it's still supposed to have the same effect.
I
Not
don't
that we
think
would know, because we don't do that.
Why
sort
do
of
I
stuff.
doubt that it would have the same effect in spite of that? I'm just speaking, theoretically, because I don't know.
Yes, well, as you
Being
can see-
godly, we don't really have to worry about such things.
That's right. We already are so high, we're on another plane of existence.
That's right.
We don't need chemical,
The
mood
chemicals don't make
altering
any difference.
and mind altering substances. 'Cause we're
You have to
already
have a
out
mind
there.
altering.
We are
Just saying.
out there, way out there. And speaking about way out there, this movie's getting way out there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, you smoke the marijuana, you're gonna lose your life. You're gonna kill people. You're gonna be hunted by the police like a dog.
Mhm.
After you have all the fun and parties and hoochie mamas.
Yeah, there's always a cost.
No, it's weird because all the hoochie mamas that seduced him, they weren't going around killing people.
No. That we saw.
Right.
I mean, this is the focus is on the protagonist. Who knows what they're doing when they're not hanging around partying?
Oh, and it should also be noted that they did a remake of this where they also made it a musical. And they actually made it funny on purpose. And in that one, Jesus Christ actually appears and has a song in it as well. That's a whole other story, and it'd be great if we could do it. But to do that, we need money because someone actually owns the copyright to that, and we'd have to pay them royalties.
There are so many. That's such a thing, such a trend to take a popular cult movie and turn it into a musical. And usually it's like a stage musical and then a movie of that.
And speaking of that, I myself am the assistant director of such a project. We are taking the cult classic Ed Gein the musical and making a musical theatrical production of
And
it.
it actually has the writer, the composer of that show in the cast.
Right. The original writer and star Dan Davies actually is
in it.
Yes, I get to work with him side by side, making this theatrical
Not that I
debut
admit to it,
at
because,
the Times Theater
we're
in
so
Oshkosh.
overwhelming that people don't always like to, try to compare because they get overshadowed, so they just don't talk about that. But it is true.
In any case, there's only a third left, so it's time for us to say, let's roll it! Oh, and in this case, you can roll it can mean multiple
You
things.
said that before,
I
but
know
it's
we
still
did.
true.
Well, sometimes when your brain is...
You would know about that.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you say the same things over and over again.
Yes, you do.
And sometimes you laugh for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Back to the movie.
You, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have a duty to perform. A duty to yourselves and to our community. Mary Lane is dead. The evidence you've heard at this trial could not have failed to convince you of the guilt of the defendant. By his own admission, he pressed the trigger of the weapon that sent lovely and innocent Mary Lane to a tragic and untimely death. We are not so much concerned about the motives behind the deed as to the deed itself. While the defendant has told you that he saw someone attacking Mary Lane, and that his mind went blank from that moment on, the defense has been unable to produce one witness to substantiate that statement. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've heard able men testify at this trial, men who have tried to bring out the fact that the defendant might have become momentarily insane when he fired the shot that killed Mary Lane. But the defense has been unable to prove that he was insane. William Harper was sane when he visited the apartment where the tragedy occurred. He was in the habit of visiting the place. He was sane when he went into a bedroom with another young woman. You've all heard what went on in that room. You heard it from the defendant's own lips. Involved as he was in a tawdry love affair, Mary Lane was in the way. She had found him out. In a moment of anger, he deliberately and willfully killed her. If such deeds are permitted to go unpunished, this community would cease to be a decent and safe place for us or our children to live. I do not believe I have to plead or even demand that you bring in a verdict to punish the defendant for the crime that he has committed against society. You are upright citizens. That is why you were chosen to judge another. And as honest, upright citizens, there is only one verdict which you can find, and that is a verdict of guilty.
And this court will be adjourned until the jury's verdict is reached. I suppose you all feel the same about this case.
But he might have been insane when he did it.
No, he wasn't. He knew what he was doing.
But supposing he was insane?
You can never make me believe it nor anybody else. We'll take a first vote. $11 for conviction, 1 for acquittal.
But there's a reasonable doubt about the boy's sanity.
We can't. No doubt about the fact that he murdered her. He admitted it himself. That wasn't the first time he was there. We gotta make an example before boys like that contaminate all of our children. We can't have every murderer hiding behind the gag that he's insane. Sure, they see red before they kill somebody. But whose fault is it? Have you reached a verdict? We have. The defendant will rise. What is your verdict? We find the defendant guilty. He's charged. Hey. Hey!
What do you want?
Bring me some reefers. They're going to hang him. Blanche, they're going to hang him.
Oh, come on. Get a hold of yourself. There you are. Now quit that crazy laughing.
Where's Jack? I want to get out of here.
They'll pick you up and hang you if you don't pipe down.
I want to see Jack. Jack. I want to see Jack. Jack.
You better fly at him. I can't do anything with him.
I've got to see Jack. We can't let that kid hang.
He'll be here. Don't worry. He'll be here in a little while.
I've got to see him. Got to see him.
Come on, darling. Everything will be over soon. You want me to play something for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Play something.
All right. Come on. Honey, give me a smoke, will you?
I know what you want. You want to kill me.
You're crazy. Take it easy, kid. I just want to talk to you.
There's a terrible fight going on. Yes, yes. Apartment 32. Give me a glass of water.
Who's behind you?
No, no, no.
You'll hang if you don't talk.
No.
Who hired you and Jack Harry? Are you ready to tell what you know?
Yes.
If we can gain some measure of leniency for my client, he is prepared to enter a plea of guilty and, in addition, turn the state's evidence in the case of William Harper. I regret that this court is not prepared to bargain with justice.
I'll tell anyway. I was there. I saw it. I know who killed Mary. And I'll tell you who killed Mary Lane. It wasn't Bill. It was Jack. Jack Perry. He shot Mary, and then he put the gun in Bill's hand. We were all at the apartment one afternoon, and Mary came in looking for her brother. Bill and I, we'd been in another room. And Bill came in. He caught Ralph with Mary, and they started to fight. But it was Jack who had the gun. He was going to hit Bill over the head with it to make him stop. And then the gun went off. I saw it. I can see it now. It was horrible. And before he knew it, Mary was dead. But you see, Judge, Bill didn't know he hadn't killed Mary. He was so doped up, they made him think he had. Ralph wanted to tell you, too. Oh, if they'd only let him. But this is the truth, Judge. I'm telling you the truth. After Jack saw the footage was dead, he put the gun in Bill's hand. It was Jack's fault. And it was my fault, too. I got all of them to come up to the apartment. I'm just as much to blame. I am.
Do I understand you wish to plead guilty to a charge of fostering moral delinquency in the case of William Harper?
Yes, I'm guilty. I am.
There is statement for signature, and also an order setting aside the jury's verdict in the case of the People versus William Harper. In the interest of justice, I shall direct a verdict of not guilty. Sign here, please. You shall be brought into court on Thursday, the 17th, when sentence will be pronounced. Meanwhile, you will be held as a material witness in the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley. We have come in the hearings before this court today to what I hope will be the final actions revolving about an unhappy and unfortunate case, one whose horrible tragedy will forever remain with me. I am happy to have been enabled, before it was too late, to order the verdict of the jury in the case of the people versus William Harper to be set aside. But, young man, although this court is convinced that to declare you guilty would have been a gross miscarriage of justice, we cannot condone your act. And we can express only the hope that your experiences may not alone keep you, but thousands of others from the vicious pitfalls of marijuana. Thus, I am ordering you to remain in this court during the next case, so that you will be obliged to witness what you yourself so narrowly escaped. Call the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley. Yep. Yep.
Your Honor, in this case, the state waives trial of the defendant, Ralph Wiley. It is convinced that he is hopelessly and incurably insane, a condition caused by the drug marijuana to which he was addicted. It is recommended, Your Honor, that the defendant be placed in an institution for the criminally insane for the rest of his natural life. Defendant counsel joins the state in this request.
Since counsel for the defense, as well as counsel for the state, seem to agree on this, I see no reason why the request should not be granted.
Yes, that happened right here, to your neighbor. It is not too much to say that in your hands lies the possibility of averting other tragedies like it. We must work untiringly so that our children are obliged to learn the truth, because it is only through knowledge that we can safely protect them. Failing this, the next tragedy may be that of your daughter, or your son, or yours, or yours, or yours.
Well, boggles and ghouls, somehow you survived this trash.
Did you? Do we know they survived this trash?
How
Maybe
can
they
they
had
prove it?
despairful and took their own existence when they were watching. So I can't deal with this anymore. Between this horrible movie and these hosts, I have no hope. So you have to let us know whether you survived or not. And also let us know whether you imbibed in the herb when you were watching it or if you did not. Are you crazy enough where you don't need the herb to watch this? We need to know.
And how would we let them know?
By subscribing, by commenting, by liking, by sharing. All wonderful things that make the world a better place and the universe a better place to exist.
Indeed, indeed. So remember, if you enjoyed this show, share it with all your friends and your family and your relatives. And if you didn't like it,
Share it with them too.
And then also share it with all your enemies. Because misery loves company.
So do we.
Until next time.
Yeah.
We'll be haunting your dreams and lurking in your nightmares.
And going through your underwear drawer.
It's time to insert the evil laugh.